This is the golden rule. Let's talk about it. We don't gotta walk around it. Your Bluetooth, the new tennis shoe. We finding new balance. Faith, family, and talents. How we find God around it. East y'all got the ox now. This your favorite channel. What we on Faith Talk? This a good space to talk. We gon' cross every road if we got a jaywalk. What we on sports now? No, this ain't Sports Center, but ever since Acock, the boy had the sport in him. Man of the house now. What we talking family ties? My dogs won't talk to me. Surely I'm a family guy. You can bring the conversation to me, get it analyzed. Men lie, women lie, the truth should be baptized. Whatever you put into this world is what you getting back. So why you listening in your car, try and sit with that? Why you listening in the gym, try and lift the mat? This is podcasting cool. Welcome to the Golden Rule. It's golden, baby.
It was kind of like a lot going on during that time period. I'm trying to think where we were.
It was at grandma's house, weren't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we was at grandma's house.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think where else we was. We was somewhere else too.
And I think Van came into the picture not too long after that.
Yeah, not too long after that.
Pops came into the picture not too long after that.
Hey, shout out to Van too, Van Thompson, our stepdaddy.
Shout out to Pops.
We gonna Pops. Oh yeah, we gonna touch base on him too. But shout out to Van.
Well, I remember Mama trying to get y'all back. I definitely remember that. Like after the mass hysteria, because. But after she found out, I can't remember how she found out. But after she found out, I remember her trying to get y'all back, and I remember her being told that pretty much it wasn't nothing she could do because that was y'all daddy.
Right.
And she would have to go through the courts. Like, but I remember it being like, it wasn't a secret that your dad would take care of y'all. He was a good dad, so it wasn't like y'all were in no hurt, harm, danger, or nothing like that.
Right.
So, but like Mika and Kiki just said, Pops came into the picture, later on, and I want to say she was allowed to see y'all in that time period. Like, I know she was. I want to say she was, if not see y'all, like, I think she may have been buying y'all stuff. I remember Mama still kind of like buying y'all stuff. I don't know if she was dropping that off or, or whatever. And I can't remember how long that took from the time that y'all was taken. I definitely know it wasn't right away.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But, of course, mindset is that, we got questions. Like, our siblings just gone,
Right.
like, so that it was weird. You know what I mean? It was kind of weird. I remember feeling weird about it. Like, so ain't nothing you could do. Like, what do you mean? We young ourselves, so we don't. We definitely didn't know what we know now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, all she had to do was really go just take y'all back. It wouldn't have been nothing he could have did. But you didn't. You ain't know. We don't. I ain't know that's what could have happened. But it was weird. It was definitely weird for a while without y'all being there, but as time moved on, it became, normal, so to speak, and Van came in the picture and, life looked a little different. And then, and then of course y'all came back, so.
I do remember like a little moment. I kind of like vaguely remember a little moment when we was over Grandma Henrietta house when she used to watch y'all. And I remember, Mika, do you remember me calling Mama and telling her that Man and Papa was over there? Remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, Man and Papa over here? Like that. And she came over there and Grandma was like, why you call? She was kind of like upset. I don't know. I really don't know if it was like a big secret. Because again, I was still young myself, but I do remember being happy to see y'all. Me and Mika did see y'all at a little moment. But the minute that I called Mama and she came over there, She didn't even get to see y'all because he had came over there and scooped y'all up so quick, and then that was kind of like that was it until the time frame when her and Van getting together and being able to reunite with you guys again. But I do remember that little bit, not a lot. I don't remember a lot, but I do remember seeing y'all over Grandma Henrietta's house because she was watching y'all and me calling Mama.
Yeah. I vaguely remember that. No, let me say I remember Miss Henrietta. We used to go because she lived in, was it?
She was staying in Hampton Homes at the time.
Hampton Homes. Okay, yeah. And I remember going over her house. Because that's where me and Lady used to. That's when I got to know Lady and everything like that. But I do remember going over her house. Me and Poopa both sitting on that couch, and Miss Henrietta was cool. She used to watch stories a lot. That's all I know. And I just remember looking out. I remember looking out the window all day, waiting on my daddy to get there.
Right.
So basically,
probably was about 2 or 3.
Charlene said that it was a secret. So anytime he would take us somewhere, and if somebody reported that we was there, he would not let us go back over there.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing. By the way, Kiki, I don't remember that at all. I don't remember seeing y'all at all.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't. Poopa definitely wouldn't. Remember because she was so young, and you know you was young as well. But yeah, that was like it was only for that little brief moment, you know. And after that, it was no more of coming over Grandma's house once, you know, he had found out that Mama knew it was over then.
Yeah. And I think y'all came back home not too long after the car when Put tried to drive and you pulled the app. I think y'all came home not too long after that.
Yeah. We
herself trying to drive.
So all right, so real quick before I get, because I'm gonna get to that point, I got it right here. But let me say, in that time frame, me and Put obviously, and this part of the reason I mean y'all know this. This is the reason why me and Put like our dynamic is the way it is, because obviously that 4-year span we spent a lot of time together every day. Obviously.
Absolutely.
So in that time frame, we got to know who our grandmother was, which is my daddy's mama, Grandma Mabel, who rest in peace to Grandma Mabel. She brought us into our home, of course. That's who we were staying with, by the way.
Right.
We stayed with Grandma Mabel on Sloan Street. And I learned a lot in that house. Man, Daddy, like you say, man, to me, I didn't know. I didn't know first of all, I didn't know we got taken from our mama. I didn't know that. But to me, it was amazing for me. I just know that I miss my mama. I knew that, but without discussing too many details, what we was told that happened to her, we just learned to live with it. I mean, we learned to accept it. And I can't remember if I cried, honestly. I can't remember if I cried or not, but I do remember I missed my mama. I knew who she was. Poopa didn't have no clue. So Poopa never asked questions. Poopa was a straight up daddy's girl, man. Man, Poopa was daddy's girl, man.
Yeah, she really was.
You know, so Poopa really didn't even know. To be honest with you, from my perspective, she didn't even know who Mama was. That's sad, for real, but she didn't. So, we learned who our grandmother was. She was a great woman. We learned who our father was too. To me, I learned the initial stages of discipline, respect. How a man should treat people in this world. That's what I learned. That's why I say when I say it was great to me, I went through, what every adolescent young boy should go through, and that's learning how to respect people, learning how to treat people in this world. So that's what I learned. And I also learned how to take care of my little sister. Because by the time we came back to y'all, I knew how to bathe Puddin'. I knew how to wash her face. I knew how to everything, feed her. So if y'all notice, that's why when we came back to y'all, Put like Put had no clue. She didn't know who nobody was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Put, but one thing she knew, like she was always like on me. Put, do you remember anything in that time frame?
No, only thing I don't remember like Lily, Kiki, Shameeka, Mama. All I just know is living on Sloan Street at Grandma's house. I remember our Christmases used to be
massive,
right? Like
massive Christmas.
Anything we wanted, we got. I remember you walking me to the school bus. I forgot. I think you got suspended or something. The time you couldn't ride the bus, and I was crying. I was like, "I'm not getting on this bus without you."
Yeah.
I do remember Grandma whooping that ass.
Oh yeah, plenty of those.
I used to get you in trouble.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
I remember just Sloan Street. That's when we started meeting Toya, our sister.
Right.
She would come over there.
Yep.
I just remember Sloan Street. I do remember one time, I think Mama pulled up in this long car. We was outside in your you had a what you call the type of car? A fire truck or something.
On Sloan Street?
On Sloan Street. She pulled up and she stood there and I asked, who is that lady? I didn't know at the time who she was. But
you talking about when Mama? Okay, so you talking about when Mama came and got us?
Is that when she came and got us?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
My vision is blurred when it comes to when we got taken away. All I just remember is living with Grandma and Daddy and you. Toya would come, Henri would come. Just we have cookouts at the house. Miss Roseboro down the street. Right. My mind just really jumps to. I remember even when we even started seeing Mama, like going on, because I know we would go on weekends, but we would still come back home. But I do remember when Van came in the picture, I didn't like him. And when he would drop us off back at Grandma Mabel's house, Grandma would be like, being mean to you today? If she Yeah. So, I just remember we just had a good time, like elementary school Sternberger. But then we found out later on that was Mama who was giving us Christmases. That was her that was that was her doing the Christmas.
Right.
But I don't remember the reason. I think they said that he told us that she was dead. I don't remember none of that.
Right.
I don't remember nothing.
Right.
Yeah, he was too young.
Yeah, we did find out. I didn't know. I do remember our Christmases was huge every Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like two big boxes of Christmases every year, man. I got everything I wanted every Christmas.
Yeah.
And we did later find out that, shout out to Mama. She did help with that, and whoever, the whole family.
Yeah, she was good for that with Christmases. Now I can't remember Christmas where it wasn't massive amounts.
Yes, absolutely.
Everything
about
always.
Yeah, we had good. I'm talking about the absolute best Christmases ever. That I can say she did her big one on that. She made a way, even no matter what, she made a way for Christmas. So it was never she made a way. Yeah,
for sure, man. So that transpired, man. Now I want to get into a good part. I'm gonna tell y'all what I remember, and then y'all probably know better than we do. But me and Put come back into the picture right around about 91, 92. I was maybe seven. So from 3 to 7, we hadn't seen y'all, right? So by the time we come back in the picture, I'm gonna tell you what I remember, Meek. You're gonna laugh. Deke was born, right? So no, I may have been 6. Hold on. No, I was 6 years old. And I'm gonna tell you how I remember that. So let me start here. Okay. So we was in the yard, me and Put. No, I take that back. We was in the room. Me and Put had this set up. We had this little these daddy would always buy us this plastic table and these chairs to go around the table, and we would sit there every day. We would eat there. We would watch TV there after school. And man, Poop would always get me in trouble because she would peel the stickers off anyway. So one day, Daddy came in. Poop was playing on her little kitchen set, right? And Daddy was like, "Y'all want to see your mama?" So I'm looking at him like, man, no, I remember this. I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought, what are you talking about? Put don't know what's going on. So he said again, y'all get dressed. Y'all go in there and get dressed. You're gonna see your mama. So in my mind, I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm thinking, well, based on what we was told, we finna go to a gravesite.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. So I go get dressed and stuff like that. Get put dressed or whatever. So at this time, Grandma, Miss Roseboro sitting on the porch. And then we walk out the door and I see this, like, I don't know. Was it I don't know what kind of car it was, but it was, van, drive them small hatchback cars back in the day. So I see this lady. Poopa had already went out there. So Poopa was, I forgot what Poopa. No, Poopa was on Daddy's leg, like holding him, right? So we walk into the screen door, and Grandma's house was so dark in the living room, I couldn't really see what was out the door, but I seen a figure out the door by the driveway. So again, Grandma and Miss Roseboro are sitting in the 2 chairs down on the porch. And I'm looking out and I see this figure. And as I'm getting close to the screen door, I see I see Jerry Curl juice. I'm like, what?
Not Jerry Curl.
Bro, I see this lady. I see this lady in like some shorts and some scrunch socks. And you know how Mama used to dress. Mama used to, you know what I'm saying? And she had on these kids. I remember exactly what she was wearing that day. She had on a short set with a cutoff shirt, some scrunch socks, and some kids, some all white kids, and she had a Jerry curl. And I look out and I'm walking to the screen door and I see Mama. The first thing I do, okay, the way Grandma's yard was built, y'all. Grandma got like a flat yard, but then when you get towards the driveway, it's like her yard slopes down into the driveway, and Daddy's Oldsmobile was parked in the driveway. So when I see Mama, Van is in the car, Mama's standing outside the car, like looking towards the house, waiting on us to come out. I see Mama. I run as fast as I can because I know who I'm looking at. So I start crying. I'm like, Mama. And I run as fast as I can and I slip on the hill. And I almost hurt myself for real. I didn't care. I got back up. I jumped in Mama's arms and I was just crying. Guess what putting that, y'all?
Holding on to her daddy.
Yo, hey, Put was holding on Daddy's leg for dear life. Wouldn't move. Would not move.
Right.
Daddy was like, "Go ahead." Put was like, she was looking at the Daddy like, "I don't know who this is. I have no clue." So I don't remember what happened, but I do know that we got in the car. They finally got her in the car, and then at this time y'all was living in the house off of
Brighton Street. Off of Autumn Drive around that little corner.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. So y'all was living in that house. Mm-hmm. So I just remember hey man, listen. I remember when Mama bought us in that house. Do y'all remember when what's the name? What's that movie? I can't remember the name of the movie. But all I know is when Mama bought me in that house, like y'all was waiting in the kitchen like with I felt like y'all had signs and balloons up and stuff like that. But when Mama brought us in that house, why did y'all grab me and y'all put me on y'all shoulders? And it is like y'all was passing me through the crowd. So y'all just like y'all crying, y'all hugging us, y'all embracing us. Put is grabbing on my legs so tight. I'm like, get off me. Like, I'm like, yo, you got to get off me because I'm trying to hug. I know these people. You don't. So Put is scared for her life. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. Hey, talk about that real quick, y'all.
Yeah, kind of.
I got chills right now talking about it. But I remember that day y'all took us through the house, man. Y'all like, yeah, come on in our room, and then y'all all had the setup and stuff like that, man. And I just remember being so happy, but I couldn't do nothing because Poopa was on my leg, man. So
yeah, she was sticking to you.
Yeah, y'all just really just talk about that day because that was a crazy day. I got more too, but y'all go ahead.
It was emotional. Yeah, it was emotional. It was emotional, but it was a happy time because know Mama had been stressing and she just wasn't happy for so many years. Because she didn't have y'all. It was just a relief that y'all was, everybody was able to reunite. We was able to reunite with y'all.
Right.
So it was a good thing. And Poopa, that was a hollering child. But after she got used to everybody and the fact that she was an auntie so young, that kind of helped too. She but she got she got used to everybody after a while. But that was a child. That was a hollering child. We ain't know what to do with her,
man. Yeah. Lily, what you remember about that time?
I have to echo what Mika just said. It was very emotional, very happy, very joyous occasion. I remember that day. Like, like I said, you can still, like you said, you got chills. I got chills with you telling it,
Yeah, man.
Because it was a very emotional day, very happy day. And you're right. Yeah, Put didn't know nothing. And she, it was like Mika just said, she was a hollerer, but she got used to it.
Right.
We all had to adjust, especially y'all. So
yeah, definitely. Key, what you remember?
Yeah, pretty much piggybacking off what Mika and Lily said. It's pretty much the same. Joyous time, happy, emotional. Words can't describe really, how everybody was feeling. It was more so of Mama that was, happy, crying, she was just happy to be reunited with her children. That that's a lot of, she missed a lot, especially with Put with you too, but Put was like really, really little when she left us. Like your dad even was doing her hair. You understand, like perfecting her hair, like literally doing her hair and dressing her like you would think that a woman was doing it. That's how well he kept you guys. You would think that a woman was taking care of you guys, and it was him. Of course, Grandma Mabel. And it takes a village, but
right.
Yeah, it was an emotional time. It was a good time. But when y'all came back, boy, full fledged. Y'all was something else, especially you, man. Good God Almighty.
Yeah, man. Deke was born. Mama was married. Man, it was a lot, man. It was a lot.
Yeah, I was about to take care.
But I remember, so like after y'all had showed us a tour of the house, we met, again, we met Van. And to be quite honest with y'all, I ain't no way. I didn't like him at all. I didn't like him at all. I gave Van pure D hell for the first couple years.
You did.
But I remember, man, Mika. She said, she like basically Deke was in Mama room. I think he was laying down on the bed. And I just remember Mama was crying that whole day for real. That's all I can remember about Mama that day. She was tired and crying. And Deke was laying on the bed, man. And Mika said, "You want to hold your nephew?" I was like, "Yeah." So I'm holding Deke, man. Deke, I was sick. I knew I was 6. Me and Deke 6 years apart. Deke couldn't have been no more than maybe. He was some months old, was he, Mika?
Yeah, I think he was a few months. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so I'm holding Deke in my hands, bro, at 6 years old. And this man, Van, bought that. Do y'all remember when Van bought that Nintendo in that room? He bought the video game in that room. Boy, I looked at that video game and I threw Deke to the side. Mika was like, "Oh, she called Deke, bro." But I forgot I had a baby in my hand, man. Like Deke was so small, man. Like he was so small. That's all I remember. I kept as a 6. I was like, man, why is he so small? He fit in like the palm of my hand. Deke was literally. But yeah, that's what I just remember. But I was bad. Like I can remember being bad that day because I wasn't used to y'all. So I just remember running through the house being real bad. Like I said, man, it was bad, super. And I think I might have even got on Mama's nerves that day because, like I say, I was not used to her. I wasn't used to y'all, and it took a while for us. It was an adjustment, man. Like that was a huge adjustment for us. I could just remember it was a huge adjustment, and we didn't come stay with y'all directly at first. I think we came to stay with y'all permanently in '92 when Daddy met Trish. Yeah. And then he was like, "Look, man," he was like, "I'm gonna let y'all stay with y'all mama." I don't think he said it like that. I just think it just happened. Like we was coming over there every other weekend or every weekend or something like that. And then I can remember the 3rd grade. I think my 3rd grade year was when I stayed, because I can remember Grandma coming to the school when I used to get in trouble. So yeah, I think it was my 3rd grade year.
We lived on Phillips Avenue then, right?
No.
Woodley Lakes, I believe.
Yeah.
Woodley Lakes.
No. We ain't moved to Woodley. We ain't live in Woodley till '95 when I was in the 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, we was.
Phillips Avenue.
No.
Was it? It wasn't Phillips.
No, Phillips Avenue. Takesia was she was a baby then.
That's right.
We stayed on Phillips, so that Takesia was born in '97.
That's right.
It was
I was
97,
6th or 7th grade. That's right.
Yeah, 96, 97 when we was on Phillips, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Because Kia was born.
Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember us going to the Boys and Girls Club?
Yep.
Yeah.
What year was that?
I couldn't go because I wasn't of age.
Right.
I can't remember what year that was, but it was the best times.
It was, man. That's now me personally, y'all. That's when I started looking up to y'all because I don't know if do y'all remember at the Boys and Girls Club, y'all mubs had a singing group. And hey yo, I ain't gonna lie, it was for whatever reason, it was a lot of talent at that doggone Boys and Girls Club. We had a talent show. We had a huge talent show. Do y'all remember y'all sung that song? Everybody's in tomorrow. Y'all sounded amazing.
Yeah.
Y'all was like, I ain't know Mika can sing like that's when I was like, oh, okay, yeah, these I started looking up to y'all then. Y'all remember that though, right? When we went to the Mama had us in the Boys and Girls Club.
I love the Boys and Girls Club.
I know. I remember you being super talented in table. What was it? Table.
Yeah.
Was it called table hockey or something?
Nah,
or foosball?
No, it was ping pong, and there was one game where you hit the balls and you got to make them go in the pocket. And you got to do not foosball. It was a sort of pool game, but it was like they had little bumpers on the pool table, and you had to kind of hit the balls around. Boy, I was the man. I was the man.
You was really good at that right there.
But that right there is when y'all started kind of like, all right, this is my little brother. We gotta look out for him because the Boys and Girls Club, we had so many activities going on. It was real easy for me to get lost, and then y'all started kind of like that's when y'all was like, all right, we gotta take care of man. You know,
I love the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I'm a skip to something real quick because this next little subtopic that I'm about to switch to is when we all really got close when we moved to Reedsville. But before I do that, why did we end up moving to Reedsville?
It was because of me.
Well, yeah. What? So you got kicked out of school or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But wasn't it because of what Mika did previous? Like,
I mean, I think that had a part to play in it, but I think that was a of course the name was already, and then it didn't help that I think maybe 2 or 3 times had just for what I was told, Miss Dixon told me that Satan, she kind of seen the devil.
Oh Lord,
he was scared. I mean,
Yeah, I remember that vividly. I don't know why we moved, but that's what I can't remember. Was you fighting us? I can't remember.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, honestly, the girl, I never really made contact with the girl. Right. What happened is that she seen me dragging like 6 people at one time. Like, somebody had my right arm, left arm, somebody had my left leg, somebody had me by the back, and I still was dragging all of those people trying to get to the girl I was trying to get to. And I think that kind of scared Miss Dixon, which was the assistant principal at that time.
Right.
Because she was like, basically she was like, I don't know what kind of super strength you got, or, basically like the devil.
Man.
And I think because of Mika too, or whatever. And that was like the second time that I had been almost about to fight, because the other time was in the hallway and I kind of like went through the hallway like a Tasmanian devil, flipping tables and everything. Man. So, but I didn't make contact with nobody because I don't know, like, honestly, I think once, you turn that switch on, people kind of look at you like you crazy or something, and then they get ghosts or something. Mm-hmm. So anyway, she basically told my mama that, she told mama that I had to, I couldn't come back to Page. And then we tried to go to Dudley and Smith, and they had already made the phone calls to the rest of Guilford County and was like, she can't go to no other school in Guilford County for the rest of the year. And Miss Dixon had actually came to ACOC to meet me. So there's that. So before I even got to Page, she had came to ACOC to meet me. So she had already knew me. But it ain't like I really caused trouble at ACOC either, so I wasn't even sure why she came to ACOC to meet me, but whatever. Yeah. So anyways, and then cousin Mika too, I think that had a lot to do with it too. So we had I moved first. Mama had sent me to Angie house, cousin Angie. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, mama being a mom was like, my child, I can't just abandon her at school. So she basically had to uproot all y'all. Sorry.
Everybody. And Mika, Shaman was born right before we got to Reedsville.
He was born, I actually had him in Reedsville.
So he was born in Reedsville.
Because they had to rush me to Greensboro because, I was in Reedsville. We was living there, and I actually had him because they had to send me here because he was a preemie. I wasn't ready to deliver him yet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember that, y'all. Reedsville was the worst time of my life. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was the worst time of my life, but it was the best time of my life, and we gonna jump right into that.
Oh yeah.
So Dee obviously was Dee was 2. I think. Yeah, Deke was 2. Deke was 2.
Because Keisha and Mary down there with us too. Keisha and Mary, Mary.
Yeah, they came later.
Yeah, they came later.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't remember that. They stayed with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do not remember that.
There was a lot of rooms in that apartment, I believe.
Yeah, it was a lot of
shout out to Duke Street.
Because I was shout out to K Francis scaring Put all the time. She was 2 feet tall. Shout out to KK.
Yo,
She
like
used to run Put. And then I remember when she ran Put. I said, where the little girl at? She was like, she out there. Little girl came in there with about a foot tall. I said, Put, you running
under the table, man. Put under the table. Hey man,
I wasn't a fighter.
No,
shout out to Donnie too, man. That was my dog, man. Shout out to Donnie. Shout out to Donnie, man. Yeah, Reedsville did this. That was the worst time of my life because I had to literally, and Lily know, I literally had to fight every day of my life in Reedsville, man. Every day, and this when me and all my sisters got real close because y'all was like, "Hey, bro, I don't know what you about to do, but you can't keep running. You can't keep running away from these cats. I mean, you got to face them. You know what I'm saying? So like that's when Lily started really like me and Lily used to go. Man, I used to go play. I wanted to go play ball up the street, but the cats kept picking up. Like cats was just hating, man. So like Lily was like, "Man, show me who beating you. Like who's trying to jump on you? Because nobody's about to jump you." So Lily used to literally every day, I'm talking about every day, she had to go up the street and fight with me or for me. Dudes. And that's when I used to, man, when me and Lily was walking back home from them fights, I'd be like, yo, this is my dog, man. Like
I remember so vaguely about there was this one time because I was still going to Page, and the only thing that saved me, because I remember Miss Dixon when she came and I had to go to the office, but they wouldn't switch me. And the only thing that really saved me because I was in ROTC. I was in ROTC, so that really, really saved me. And I remember like wanting to go down there with my sister, telling mom, I was like, no, I want to go down there with to Reedsville with her, so nobody won't mess with her. And she had like, it was this girl that stayed. I think she stayed like, I don't know, she stayed, might have been to the right of mama named Tori, and then it was the girl stayed to the other side named Shameeka, and Tori was talking to her. I remember I went down there ready to fight with the school, the last day of school. I was ready to test some aces up that day. I mean, I was like full throttle, really, really angry. You didn't
move with us? You didn't stay with us?
I stayed with grandma, remember?
That Page.
Because I was in ROTC. And they thought, Sergeant Major O'Brien and Commander them thought it was like a good fit. And even Miss Dixon them, they thought that, that I was so so wrapped up in ROTC and doing so good. They had talked to Commander and Sergeant Major O'Brien, and it was like, she should stay. She's really, just let her go on here and finish out there. Because they was trying to take me up out of there too. They was trying to get me on up out of it. But that is the only thing that saved me, ROTC, because, I was in there from 9th all the way up to the 12th grade. That really was the only thing that saved me, being in ROTC, because they was ready to get me on up out of there too.
Right. Meek, what you remember about Reedsville?
Lord, I remember going out. I remember fussing and cussing a lot. Because the kids, they were bad over there.
Yeah.
Man. Mess with my son all the time, and then mess with y'all. So I do remember cussing a whole lot of people out over there.
Yeah, it was mess.
Yeah, every day, just about.
Every day, man.
Out.
And you remember, I remember when Mama used to feed the whole neighborhood.
Man,
we got all the food.
Man, everybody knew it too.
When I remember coming down there one weekend, and Mama was she had some like meats and stuff. She was going. So I was like, Mom, where you going with that paper? She was like, going over here to get this to Darlene. You remember Darlene? Her name was Darlene. She said, going to get this meat to Darlene because them kids over there hungry. She was just like literally feeding the whole neighborhood. And our cousin Big Keisha teaching me how. I think I was like 14. like 14 or 15, and she teaching me how to dry her straight. You remember that Ford in the Ford? And I'm
shout out Big Keisha.
I'm jerking the whole way in that straight, and it was a straight, and we driving it. Her teaching me how to drive a straight. So shout out to cousin Big Keisha who taught me how to drive a straight, and I about tore that car to pieces. But I remember we had some little good times too, even though, you know, basically coming down there, we had to literally fight for our life because them kids down there is no limit. God,
that was some haters, man. Reedsville had a bunch of haters.
Man,
I swear there was no limit.
Man, bro, like fighting every day in school was crazy. But I
kind of think that you know, this just is how I think. I was like, being there, I think that kind of y'all came out of y'all shell with everything.
Oh, for sure.
I pretty much think y'all came out of y'all shell with anything. Pretty much that going through that made us who we are today.
Yeah,
like we gotta stick up for one another. We gotta you know, look out for one another. Look, we always been tight bond like that anyway. We're looking out for one another. Period.
Yeah, it definitely
it's just that simple.
Yeah, it definitely strengthened that dynamic. Like I say, that's why it was one of the best times of my life, because I got close with all y'all. Like I got close with all y'all, especially, I mean, like I say, Mika, man, she always been like the mother type. So
yeah, she was like the mom, kind of like us, you know, like second mom.
And me and Mika really ain't never really had no. It was always, you know, it was always like
never had no beef with
that, like that with Mika. I was scared
of like you're the only boy, so it's kind of hard to beef with you because you was the only boy. It was more so of me and Lily always in the shamble, or me and Mika, and it, you know, you was like obsolete. Because you know, like what we gonna pick with you for, other than busting out the windows and breaking grandma glass every time she get a new storm door.
Yes,
Lord, hitting Lily with the golf club, you know, something like that. You was just terrible.
That's gonna be one of the Don't worry about it. But really and truly, man, Reedsville really, it really brought. Man, it really brought me and Lily closer together. That's really when I was like, yeah, Lily, man, I don't know why she fighting for me, because man, she fought some straight up dudes. She fought dudes from every day. Every day she had to come up there at the top of the hill, man. So that really brought all of us closer together.
And people was thinking that I was the one that was always causing trouble. I was like, man, it's Lily. Lily. Man,
that's when I was like, that's when I found out Lily had them, boy. She had them thumping.
Man, she was hell on wheels, yo. She was hell on wheels.
I wasn't even doing that to nobody. For real.
No, you really don't be doing that. It'd be like what people do to you, but it's just like how you react to it. Right. That was like really. I was like, word. I was like, dang, she don't need me to come on down here.
Right.
Yeah, her business down here. But I do remember going down there. And with that girl named Tori, and I told her, I was like, something. She had said something like she was gonna have some. She was supposed to be having some girls to jump Lily at the school. And when Lily had told me that, I had came down and we went out to the school. And I was like, well, we gonna sit here and wait. But you know, of course, nothing happened. But it was just the craziness of.
Did y'all end up fighting at the house? Because we stayed like next door to each other, door down.
Yeah, it was a little
like 2 doors down. Yeah,
it was a little ruckus or whatever that day, but you know, it didn't really pan out like it should have panned out. Like you know, like meaning didn't nobody get you know, like she should have. But it was a little ruckus, a little light ruckus.
Yeah, because it was crazy. Because you remember we was in the bathroom, and it's the crazy part about it is literally in the bathroom and they bathroom, and it's like a little hole there. We literally was going back and forth. You could like literally see the other person's apartment in this little crack. We going back and forth. That was like.
Who can lose? Hey, this what I want to know for real though. Before we move to the next segment, what Mama and Van still married then? They had to be.
They were still married. I think they had just kind of separated.
Yeah.
But I thought they ain't separate till we got in Woodley Lakes. They separated in Woodley Lakes.
We was in Woodley with Van, and then we moved to Reedsville, and then when we moved back from Reedsville, we moved back to Woodley.
Okay.
At that time, we was in the same place, but it wasn't with Van. But we moved back into our old condo.
I didn't know that.
We moved back into the same condo.
Yeah. So
this time,
I always wondered that. I always wondered what was Van at? Like
same condo.
So we moved back in 95 to Woodley Lakes because I went to Vandalia my 5th grade year.
For Big Keisha and Quasia was with us. That's when Quasia was born and Shaman was born then. Quasia and Mama.
Yeah. Also, Big Keisha stayed with us at Woodley Lakes.
She was with us too.
Bro, what?
Quasia was a baby. Quasia was a baby. Her and Shaman was the baby.
Bro, I don't remember Big Keisha staying. I remember seeing her all the time. I didn't know she stayed there.
Yeah.
The only person that I knew that stayed with us for a little bit of time at Woodley Lakes was Unduni.
Unduni didn't stay with us Woodley Lakes, did she?
She was only there. She was only there for like
about 2 weeks or something. Yeah,
like a few weeks. Because she came. You remember when y'all remember when she came like during the Christmas time and took the car and was gone. Gone.
Man,
y'all know. I'm about to go get some Christmas. Going to Christmas shopping. We see Dooney Lou.
Y'all know I still call her Aunt Dooney to this day.
Yeah.
Like I just found I was probably 30 when I found out she was my cousin. That's crazy.
Yeah. Everybody call her Aunt Dooney though.
Shout out to them.
And Charlotte said, "Do you remember when you cut Lily bang?"
What? When was that? When? No, I don't remember that.
While she was sleeping.
Wow. When did I do that? When did it happen?
Hence the reason I can't even remember how old I was, but hence the reason why I was telling you we couldn't trust you. Like, never knew what you was gonna do next, you know. So you couldn't be trusted.
She got you back, my dude, though, when she burnt you with that cigarette lighter.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I just told her I got that.
Mama said Unduni took the car. I think I do remember that.
She took who? Oh, I don't remember that.
She used to take the car all the time.
Yeah,
she did take the car
like 3 days. Like 2-3 days.
Yeah. I swear we had the best freaking times there. I swear it was some funny times.
Yeah, Woodley Lakes was the best time.
Woodley Lakes was the truth. I had a lot of fun.
It was the best. I remember a time being in Woodley Lakes. I don't even know where y'all was, but me, Lily, and our cousin Cookie.
Cookie, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Sharina Hemingway, aka Cookie.
Man.
The freaking this was during the wintertime and the lake was frozen, right? So me, Lily, and Cookie go out there to the frozen lake or whatever. I don't know why we decided that we wanted to skate on the lake with our shoes, no ice skate. And we just out there, right? And for some reason, I don't know why, and Cookie was always heavier than us. Man, listen. Lily, who was that that went under? Was it you or was it Cookie that broke the ice?
It wasn't me.
Had to be Cookie.
Somebody broke ice?
Man, listen. When I tell you, dude, listen to me how dangerous we was when we was kids. When I told you that freaking pond was frozen out there, that lake, and we out there gliding across it, dude with shoes on like this. Then we like, no, Cookie, you can't get on this same time with us. And next thing you know, the ice breaks and Cookie goes down. Lord and behold. Thank you.
How y'all get her out? How y'all get her out?
I mean, she could swim. We helped her out, but it was cold. But we helped her out.
We helped her out. We all got out.
We ain't doing that no more, y'all. We were so scared. We was like, we ain't doing that no more. Man, we used to do some stupid stuff as kids, like seriously.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we was out there skating on that frozen.
So
she frozen again. Go ahead, man.
Again. So we got obviously Dean Shaman was born. Kiki had Kia in I want to say 97. Yep. I was in the 7th grade. I remember that. So you had Kia in 97. Lily, you went to the National. What year did you go to the National Guard?
99.
When you graduated, right?
Well, I enrolled in 98 and I left January of 99.
Yeah, 99.
I remember that too. I remember when you left, and then I also remember when you came back. Because I remember when you came back, you had a breakout on your face.
I'm sure.
And that's all you was talking about. Man, look at my face. I was like, dang.
Yeah, she sure did.
I was a fool.
She
I was
hated
like,
for her face to break
that's
out.
talking about some bees or something. My little light boy. Just talking about some bees.
Yeah, she hated her face breaking out.
Man, she hated that, bro.
Hated.
Lily was tough.
Hormonal
acne. The headlock was like, yeah, nigga, but I'm tough though. I was like, wait a minute, man, you ain't got to do all this.
Yeah, she left a kid and came back big time. I was like, what?
So a lot went on, man. Of course, grandma's house was by that time, grandma's house was probably where we all I remember by that time, after Van and Mama separated, I can't really remember.
We lived with grandma.
Yeah.
Pretty much grandma's house was where it was at.
Mm-hmm. It was at grandma's.
Mika, you had Nana Nana was born in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
You was on Willard. You was on Willard Street when she was born, right?
Wait a minute, 2001.
Kayla was born in 2000. Nana was born the exact same day, but the next year, 2001.
Right. So Kiki, you had Kayla in 2000. Nana, you was on Willard Street when you had Nana.
Yeah, Shameeka was on Willard.
Mm-hmm.
All my nieces and nephews, shout out to y'all. I love y'all. They was born. Let me ask y'all this. Before I do that, we're gonna touch it because you ain't said too much. We're gonna touch real quick on Put became. Well,
I didn't cause no trouble.
We skipped over some stuff, but
Lordly.
Yeah,
we skipped over a lot of.
Yeah, we skipped over a lot for good. I mean, we talked about it before we did that. Yeah, but you became a mother 8 years ago, right? In 2016, Sai was born.
16.
Yep.
16. Mm-hmm.
So, for those who don't know, my nephew has he has autism, and Put has done an amazing job with adjusting to that. In fact, he's she's turned everything around to help him deal with that. Put, so let's talk real quick on that and how you deal with that and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it wasn't easy. Of course, every mother wants their child to be, healthy and be like, I hate using the word normal, but normal like other kids.
Yeah,
But the thing about for me, I wasn't in denial when I saw things that he wasn't doing that a typical 1.5, 2-year-old is supposed to do. I jumped on it.
Right.
I wasn't hesitant about it. And got the diagnosis at 2.
Right. I remember
just started, asking questions like, what do I need to do to get my child to be as normal as possible? So I jumped on it, getting him in the therapies that he needed, speech, occupational therapy, ABA therapy. It wasn't until I got him in ABA therapy and just watching the therapist come to the house and work with him, because Messiah was nonverbal.
Right.
At the age of 2 when he was diagnosed. So nonverbal was basically him babbling like a baby, him not speaking, of having that verbal communication. So I would sit in. I'm a very hands-on parent, so I would sit in these sessions just to see, what they were working on and how he was responding, and
right,
because the key is we want to continue doing that parenting, and after the therapist leave, right, we want to keep it going. He won't forget. So fast forward, as I was going into my master's program, I was trying to figure out, did I want to continue doing my master's in accounting or applied behavioral analysis? And one day, I kid you not, I'm driving down the highway and I seen a sign and said, get your master's degree in applied behavioral analysis. So that was my sign. Like I wanted to dig deep into autism. I wanted to know how my son thinks.
Right.
I want to be able to help him. So anyways, I got my master's in applied behavioral analysis. Then I started to build my business where I was contracting schools and daycares to work with kids with autism. I wanted to be able to set that foundation for other parents. Be able to tell them that, you know, just because your child has a disability doesn't mean that they would never be normal. Per se.
Exactly. I got you.
It's considered atypical.
Right.
But you just got to stick with it. I always tell people that it's not an overnight sensation. It's not you're going to snap your finger and they're going to be, you know, normal.
Right.
So now what I'm doing is going back getting my second master's in social work because I want to be able to diagnose. So I'm trying to get my clinical license. Right. So I can open up a clinic for mental health and behavioral health because it's real out here. If y'all look at the statistics, so many kids been diagnosed with autism. Mm-hmm. Today I had a friend text me, child number 2.5 years old, talking about she think her son got autism. I said, ma'am, he's 2.5. You can't diagnose to 18 months. And that's the thing too. I tell parents, stop trying to put things upon your child. Right. She's saying that he don't look at her or give her eye contact. Ma'am, he's 2.5.
2.5 years old or 2.5 months old?
2.5 months. Two months old.
Oh, he's 2 months old. Okay.
Right.
Sorry, 2 months. So, you know, but I just love to teach my parents to don't be in denial. Get the help that you can. Get the help if you see that your child may have signs. If you see the signs, go get tested. Early intervention. The longer that we wait, we're hindering our kids. So yeah, but I love my son. He's come a long way. He's in 3rd grade. Went to open house. He started school Thursday. Everybody know Messiah. We go in. Hey, Messiah. Hey, Si. You know,
right.
They Messiah is smart. So now
very smart.
That verbal, him having, you know, that full communication like how we are, and he's getting there. The older he gets, the more he understands.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had a situation last year. Y'all know that he was abused by a para. It was caught on camera. And that's another fear for me as a mom. You send your child to school, you think that they're safe, and then something like that happens.
Right.
You know, but you got to learn how to navigate and be resilient. So my goal for my son is to want him to be able to go to school if you want to, military, have kids of his own. And we definitely move in the right direction. Cyber gonna be good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure. I know you're gonna see to it. Shout out to you, man. Salute to you. I already know. I know what you've done thus far, man, and I know what you got going. So, shout out to you, man. Lee, Kiki. Of course, you know you got two of my beautiful nieces, and then you also have two of my nephews as well, Mike and Kazelle. So go ahead and speak real quick to that. What motherhood is like for you. Then we're gonna come back to you, Meek, as well, and you as well, Lily.
Motherhood it's been a challenge, but it's also been really. It's been a challenge, but it's been awesome. I swear, these kids, man.
Oh yeah,
these kids are so funny. I tell you. But I tell you what, they love their mama and family.
For sure.
But they are, man, them kids about stress me the hell out. Lord have mercy. Dude, God almighty. You know, dealing with it's kind of funny because the girls and the boys, you know how me and Lily was coming up. It's that that sibling rival, and always neck picking and nagging at one another and stuff. But the bond that they share is really, really close. And they get attitude one another, but the bond that they have is really, really a good bond that they have.
For sure.
You know, like how our bond is, how we all close knit together. So I love the way they come together and stuff. But them kids about stress me out. God told me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a struggle. You know, Rose is not